I need to make some changes here. I started this channel a few months ago with some goals in mind, and although I feel like I accomplished some of these, I feel like I drifted away a little bit from some of my main goals and moved into the normal traps I kind of set for myself and fall into, you know, the bear traps I lay and then step into myself. So here's a few of the reasons that made me start a YouTube channel to begin with. First of all, I love YouTube. That's the platform I use the most, and so this is where I consume my information. And if I create anything, any form of content, why not do it on the platform you're using yourself, right? So that's it. I'm scratching my own itch. Secondly, just like I do with Instagram, I like to use these platforms, YouTube and Instagram and whatnot, to motivate my own process and my own habits and rituals. I want to use shooting and planning videos and speaking to a camera and making an idiot out of myself and editing this afterwards and learning about equipment, and I want all of this to be fueling my process. And then lastly and naturally, I want this channel to succeed somehow as well, right? So if I actually get some views and this grows in size and I can make some money out of it and maybe build some sort of a business out of this, this is also phenomenal, right? A dream. But this one is a bit of a meta goal. So this one, even without it now, without thinking or believing that it'll grow in size, I want to use this to grow and develop myself, at least for now. And if at any point I get sick of this, fine, I'll stop. But I should do my best to not get sick of this. Now that all brings me to where I am right now. The videos I currently make are quite fun for me to make, and I get some good feedback for them, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. The format that I accidentally kind of drove myself into is I go outside, I find a place, I have a specific topic in mind I want to speak about, that I want to discuss, and then I speak about it for like 20-25 minutes, and that's it. And I freestyle, and that's about it. As fun as it is for me, it doesn't feel like something I already do, so it's not me documenting my process. I do think of things, but going outside and, placing my camera and doing this whole 1 hour session somewhere, trying to convey a very specific topic, that's not something I do that often. I think a lot and I try to digest my thoughts very often, but it's not, specifically that is not something I do. And so I kind of created a new habit purely for YouTube, and that is not exactly what I'm going for. On top of that, it tries to convey a specific point, and that's not something I'm good at either. I don't have a point, right? I don't have something specific I want to teach you or tell you, right? For me, it's more of the process thing. It's more me thinking and trying to improve myself. And then if during that you see something that you find interesting or that makes you think differently, then I want you to take that from it. I want my process to connect some dots for you accidentally and that you grow from that. But not because I taught you some lesson or I told you, look, this is how you should think of things, right? That's not really my thing. It never has been. On the one hand, I feel like my strength is in the process, in doing things repetitively, in doing things for today, in doing habits and rituals and just kind of committing to the process. But at the same time, I have a tendency to believe that final products, something that is finished, that is like big, that is a point, right? I feel like that is what I should aim for, that success kind of lies there. And so even if it's something like this, where I can make some videos and I can fuck around and I can go freestyling up in a park about something random, eventually I still put it in this like final product box where I have like a title that suggests that I'm gonna, explain or like solve some of your issues, or that it's gonna be like this big concept that I want you to understand. That's not the thing, that's not the point, that's not what I'm trying to do. And now I think I can finally see that I accidentally fell into this pattern. And so I want to take a step back and move back to process. So what I'll try and do right now is this. I want to document my process more, meaning you'll see me more here, just as I do my Instagram reading, learning, sketching, morning routine stuff. And all the thoughts that come to my mind, I'll share with you in this format, but on smaller chunks, and I'll try to connect some dots myself. I want to document my process again, and not create this whole like punchline or like concept out of thin air. I want to document what I do already, and then hopefully this gives you something. Now, instead of simply talking about something like I did until now, I want to try and lead with an example a bit more as well. So more personal examples, more me doing, like, telling the camera, yo, I'm gonna do this, and then going and doing it, and then saying how, and then sharing how it made me feel, or if it helped things out, or if I progressed actually. Just documenting me doing the things I'm trying to preach, right? So practicing what I preach. This is what me documenting myself, practicing what I preach. This is probably a good summary of what I'm trying to do. Now, even something like this is something I can make a 20-minute video about easily, so I'll try to cut it short and just stop it here. I'm saying this to you, but then I'm mostly saying it to myself. Expect more process, expect more leading with an example, just me doing stuff instead of preaching random things. And tell me if I stray from my path. Hey. Thanks for stopping by.